Hey, today we are going to learn how to create a personal access token. That's basically GitHub profile, or what we call a personal authentication token. So how do you go about it? So if you're new here, please subscribe. Yeah, my name is Ronnie Altaire, aka Afroboytex, and I'm glad that you chose this particular channel for this type of content. And yeah, so to create your GitHub personal access token, and basically, maybe before you move on, what's a personal access token? A personal access token is basically a token that you can use in place of the password, and they're actually recommended to use because for them they can give them time to expire. For example, if you want to access the API, the GitHub API, to do basic authentication, or if you want to access the GitHub API via command line, and you are required to push, you're required to commit, to do stuff with the GitHub API. That's basically what you want to use. And how do you create one? I'm in my GitHub personal profile, and yes, I'm going to share the link in the description. If you want, you can actually follow me. Let's connect. Yes, to do that, you come to the right side of the corner where your profile is. You click on the drop down, and after clicking on the drop down, you'll come down to settings. So if you clicked on settings, I'm in dark mode, that's why it is dark. You scroll down, you see on the left side deck of the settings. So you have to scroll down to the developer settings. So after clicking on the developer settings, you'll see three options here: OAuth, zero or open authentication, personal access token, again GitHub apps. So what we need is actually a personal access token. So you click on personal access tokens. So as you can see, these tokens are telling you what they can actually do to access the GitHub API, as I mentioned earlier on. And if you're to create one, that means you're going to have to set an expiration date for it. For example, you're doing a single sign-on a page or on applications, you want to create a time expiration for it, so that you actually it actually gets revoked in case that time expires. So to create a new token, click on generate new token. So it depends what your token is about. I'm going to call mine bash script. Actually, it's here, I already created one like that. So I'm going to create one called bash script, or I could just say my bash script or bash script token. You can just say bash script part. It depends. Any descriptive name here is important, but it's not required. So but it's good to have one so that you manage your tokens and see what exactly is happening behind them. So to create an expiration date, which is very important, by default I think it's 30 days. I'm going to do mine at custom, and I'm going to set the date actually for tomorrow, for 22nd. For 22nd, yes, I'm going to create mine for 22nd, and the month 2022. Now the available scopes that actually are around for you to be able to use this token, they're all here. This depends on what you want to do or to use the token for. So if you left this unchecked, if you don't check any box here, you'll be able to use this token still, but only accessing publicly available information on GitHub. Just like you could visit my profile and then check out my repos, all that information that I've made public. That's what this token can do if you don't check anything here. So I will come and maybe give main create gists. I will not give it much scope, just for the purpose of education in this video. Yes, I'll just give it that notifications and maybe creating gists. But it depends what you want to use this token for. If you want maybe to read data or user profile data, read and write, push to GitHub, all those things, you have to go through this to to be able, now here you can say read and review team discussions, rate public user GPG keys. This is very critical actually, this admin thing here. You may not want to use that, but what you actually want to do more is the repo status, deployment, public, invite, security event, something like this. You'll find yourself more here, and maybe here, something like that. So I'll continue and say generate token. So when you click on generate token, it's going to prompt you for a password. Now I had already put in mine, and that's why, but it will prompt you for a password for your GitHub repo, for your personal profile. So that means you'll have to put in your password when you're creating this. So mine, because I've been using GitHub and I've created access or generated tokens, and that's why I wasn't prompted to give the password for my GitHub profile. But all you need after creating that, but clicking that button, you'll have to be prompted to enter your password again. So that's it for this video. Maybe one last advice: this token here, as you can see it, if someone has it and you've given it a lot of admin rights, for example the scopes that you checked are actually critical, someone can even do a lot of things, can actually steal your user information, can actually hack into your account. So you want to treat this so sacred when you're developing an application or when you're using it. And the other thing to note is when you're creating an app, maybe you need to put this in the environment variables, and the expression update, we know that is very critical. You want to put that, and in case you suspect that it has been leaked, you want maybe to come and actually revoke or delete this particular token so that it is inactive before someone takes over your account or something like that. And the other thing maybe to note is when you're using Windows, instead of using the password to log in, to push to your repos, to your the code to your GitHub profile, you may want to use this token instead of the password, because actually this is way much better than putting in your password and your information there. And yeah, if you created another thing is, I realized if you created a token and you don't use it, after 1 year GitHub will automatically discard it, will automatically revoke it if you haven't used that token yet. Yeah, that's it for this video, and keep this as secret as you can. After this video I'm going to delete this particular token that I've just created for this purpose. Yes, thank you so much, stay blessed, have a good one. Please do not forget to subscribe. Bye bye, see you in the next video.